Let's try this again. Hopefully it won't be any wind. Hey everyone, Ryan Young, KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu. I hope you're doing well. So I'm sitting outside here. It's a nice day, so I thought I'd do some videos out here for you, answer some questions. But what I wanted to do is, well, first of all, let me apologize if you get any wind noise. It's because I forgot my wind sock from my mic here. But let's see if we can power through this and not get any wind noise. Tom Miralles has asked a question before. Multiple offender. I like that. The problem I have is if the class is too late and there's rolling involved, I have a hard time falling asleep. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. for work. Any suggestions on how to relax and cool down after class? Thanks. This was in response to how many advanced jiu-jitsu classes a week should you attend? That is a very good question because sleep is involved and sleep is your recovery and all that kind of stuff, and you got to get to work. Work is more important than jiu-jitsu. Sad to say, but it is. So what do you do? A couple of things. Number one is, in fact, in the studio right now in our judo class is one of our students who works, and he has to get up at 4 a.m. for work because I think he starts at 5 or 5:30 or something. So what he does is he trains two evenings a week. He comes to both judo at 6:30 and then jiu-jitsu at 7:30. We don't finish jiu-jitsu until about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, but 9 o'clock on the dot, he's out. I don't have a problem with it because, like I said, work is more important. So you have to set your priorities. So his priorities are to train and work. So he just leaves at 9. He doesn't get a lot of the rolling in because that's when the heavy training comes in the last half an hour of class. But what I'll often do is I'll maybe pull him off to the side if I have a chance to, and I'll have him train with somebody and get his training time in that way. But sometimes when the class is kind of working on something, I need to keep him in the drill, and he's gonna have to forfeit his time to train because, like I said, his priority is to go home and get to sleep so he can work. And he lives kind of far. He's not very close. Oh, good. The airplanes and the sirens are coming at the same time. So this student gives up on his training time in the evening classes so that he can go home and sleep. You have to do that. You have to, choose what your priorities are, and your work obviously takes precedence over your training. So on those nights when, that's a late jiu-jitsu night. So we try to pair our classes up. So I'll give you an example. Monday and Wednesday, since we have judo at 6:30, we have jiu-jitsu at 7:30. But Tuesday and Thursday, we have jiu-jitsu at 6:15 to 8:15. So what he could do is, this particular student, he could come into the 6:15 class, train until 8:15, get the full class, maybe even stay a little later if he wants, and still get home sooner. But he likes to do judo. So he'll knock both of them out in one day, judo and jiu-jitsu, and gets his rest on the other nights. Also, every other Friday, it turns out he has either the day off or he has a really long lunch break or something that allows him to come to the Friday morning at 11 a.m. class. So he'll get his 3 days a week that way. When you have a schedule that allows creativity so you can train at different times, then that's a good thing. However, if it's like when it was when we first started up here in Highland Village, which is just a town over from Flower Mound, when we first opened the school in Highland Village, we could only do 8:30 starts, so 8:30 p.m. So our class went from 8:30 to 10:30. So if you were one of those that had to wake up in the morning, you didn't come on as a student because you wouldn't be able to make it work. So we were kind of narrow in what would typically come into our school. Usually people who either get up late or work from home or really don't care about sleep. Those kind of students we get. But as we've gotten larger and as our instructor core has grown, we've been able to expand the time slot. So here we are, a part-time school. We're not even a full-time school, but yet we have 18 classes a week. Well, 19 actually. 19 classes a week that members can take advantage of. And they go from 6 a.m. We have a paired 6 a.m. class. We have 4 classes that start at 10 a.m. We have a Friday morning at 11. We have a Saturday morning at 9. And I had gone over our evening schedule, and those are paired up as well. So at a minimum, and most of our students are professionals, so at a minimum they can make 2 classes a week because we'll pair up times for them, right? Early morning, mid-morning, early evening, late evening. And we also have on weekends as well. So we try to make it as easy for you as possible. Now, if you're not in that situation, you got to kind of take it where you can get it. If you can find a way to maybe get your sleep earlier on another night, maybe, or work out with something with your job where you can change your start time so that you can go in there refreshed, or maybe even, and I have students that travel all week, so they really cannot make any group classes, so they just take privates. You do what you can. If you love training, you're gonna figure out a way. So try and be creative with it, or maybe even, get one of maybe they have a junior instructor who just likes to train. If you have mats at your house, host a training session at your house at a time that's convenient to you. That's a good way to get more training in too. Try to be on the mats 2-3 times a week. And if you can't make a scheduled class, like I just said, be creative about it. So I hope that kind of helps you. Don't let something like your work schedule prevent you from training. It's just something you have to work around. But once you're working late, so for me, I get home at midnight every night. I'm not even tired. Well, I might get, I take it back. I might get home between 10:30 and 11:30. And I shower, I eat. Yeah, I eat late. And I'm up for another hour or so. I'm not tired. So it's not uncommon for me to go to sleep after midnight. And I wake up early to take my daughter to school. I have to get up by 8 o'clock at the latest and get ready to take her. On those nights when I just can't sleep and I don't get as much sleep, I have the ability to come back home and sleep, because I can work at any time during the day outside of my schedule in class. I can work my actual work time, my business stuff. I can space it throughout the day. So I have that ability. Not everybody does, and I understand that. So you just have to work everything around and just realize that we only have 24 hours in a day, and you want to have 8 of them set aside for sleep. You may need to get them in 2 pieces during the day. So there are times if I get 6 hours of sleep during the night, I'll get another hour or 2 in the afternoon before I head out to the studio. I'll just find some time and grab some sleep. That's what I have to do to make it work for me. Or maybe there's some other hobbies that you may have that you just got to kind of choose. Would I rather golf or would I rather train? I don't know, because golf takes a lot of time too. You have to prioritize. Maybe instead of doing golf 3 times a week and training 3 times a week and being dead tired, you might need to cut back on something so you can do what you want. Anyway, I hope that helps. Don't get into drinking and stuff. I mean, you can do a drink here or there, but you don't want to get to where you're needing alcohol to put yourself to sleep, or a sleep aid like Ambien or anything like that. That kind of stuff is no good. One thing that you can also do is when you're trying to fall asleep, get yourself in a routine. Once I shower, I eat. I never really deviate from my routine. I might watch TV for a little bit, just kind of wind down, and then I'll come to bed. And I'm one of those, when I put my head down on the pillow, I'm sleeping within a minute. When there were times when I couldn't sleep, I would breathe, take deep breaths in, out, and I'd just count backward. That's what worked for me. You can also read. When I try to read, I never read at night, and the reason is because when I read, I never get past the first page in the first chapter, and I'm falling asleep. Everybody's different. Try and figure out a routine that works best for you. And if you've got any suggestions for Tom or for anyone else, be sure to share them below. And don't forget to hit the like and hit the bell. If you don't hit the bell, then you won't necessarily know when our new videos come up. If you want to, please support the channel. We've since added t-shirts on the links below. You can click on it. Teespring will take you to our official shirts, and you can buy them right online, and they'll send them directly to you wherever you are. You can also support us by going into the Patreon channel, where we have, I'd say, going on 200 technical videos now, showing how to do stuff. It's not formatted, unfortunately, in the way we do our curriculum, but it's on there. You just got to kind of go through them. But it's well worth your time and money. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Take care. Happy training. Bye-bye now.